Tonight, you're here. Here, in this quiet, this gentle space where nothing is expected of you and nothing is asked. Just breathe, softly, slowly, in your own unhurried rhythm. Let the day loosen its grip. As you settle into whatever position feels natural, comfortable, safe, feel the weight of your body sinking down, supported, held, exactly as you are. You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to be anything other than a human who is tired and ready to rest. Let your breath come in, like a tide rising, and let it fall, like a tide returning home. Inhale, exhale, softly. Let the air move through you like a warm night breeze. Imagine now, a vast quiet night settling over a peaceful forest. A thin ribbon of moonlight stretches across the sky, soft, silver, steady. The trees stand tall and unhurried, their shadows long and gentle on the forest floor, their branches swaying with a slow, sleepy rhythm. Somewhere deeper in the woods, a single lantern glows outside a small wooden temple. The flame flickers in the still air, casting warm circles of light over the worn stone steps, over the moss, over the drifting night mist. Everything around you feels calm and timeless, as if the world has taken a long exhale and finally remembered how to rest. Tonight, this temple is yours, a place where silence is soft and the heart can loosen itself just a little more with every breath. Walk toward the lantern in your mind, at whatever pace feels right. The night welcomes you. The earth beneath you feels steady. The moon seems to watch over you with a quiet, ancient kindness, the kind that asks for nothing and simply offers presence. You may notice, as you arrive at the temple door, that the world finally feels far away. The noise of the day, the voices of others, the words spoken to you, the words you spoke back, the misunderstandings, the tensions, all of it begins to drift like fog, moving off into the trees. Because tonight, we enter a journey of stories. Stories about words, their weight, their softness, their hidden power, not as lessons, not as teachings, but as gentle reflections, echoes carried on the wind, like distant chimes, or quiet water moving over stones. Just let your mind drift with the imagery without needing to grasp anything. Let everything come to you the way moonlight lands on water, effortless, natural, serene. You've carried many words today. Some were light, like laughter, or small kindnesses from strangers, or the simple thank you that warmed you more than you expected. And some words were heavier, words that linger in the mind long after they are spoken, words that tighten the chest, words that leave a faint ache that doesn't quite know where to go. It's okay. You're allowed to set all of that down now. Let the forest hold them. Let the night dissolve them. Let the lantern beside the temple doorway catch each lingering thought like moths drifting too close to the flame, and let them flutter away into the quiet dark. Tonight, we begin a gentle walk through 21 Buddhist stories, stories of how words can soothe, or reshape, or open the heart in unexpected ways. You don't need to remember them. You don't need to learn from them. Just let them drift through you like wind through tall grass. Soft, rhythmic, easy. Let your breath stay slow. Let your mind drift. Let your heart soften into the small spaces where peace begins. Inside the temple, a single candle waits. Its flame is steady, golden, alive, Watch the flame in your mind as it sways gently, never hurried, never forcing its light, just glowing with the quiet confidence of something that knows how to simply be. Every soft flicker mirrors your breath. Every rise and fall echoes the rhythm of your body unwinding. The stories we will enter tonight are like this candle, simple, humble, but filled with a warmth that reaches the places you've kept tired for too long. Words can do that. They can hurt, and they can heal. They can close the heart, and they can open it. Tonight, we follow the words that open, the ones that ease, the ones that help you remember that peace is not something you chase. It's something you settle into when you finally feel safe. And if this quiet space helps you find even a little peace tonight, you're always welcome to return whenever you need it. It's free and always here for you. No pressure, just an open door and a soft light in the dark. So breathe once more, slow, unhurried, like a wave coming home. Let the tension slip from your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Let your thoughts slow to the pace of moonlight, moving over still water. You're safe here, held here, welcome here. Let the night wrap around you like a soft blanket of wind and shadow, and let the stories ahead guide you deeper into calm, into trust, into rest. When you're ready, well, begin. For now, just breathe and let the candle glow inside the quiet temple of your mind. Steady, warm, and waiting. Settle in now, right where you are, with the quiet around you, and the night holding you in a soft, steady way. Let your shoulders drop, just a little, like leaves lowering themselves onto still forest ground. Let your breath fall into a gentle rhythm, slow and unhurried, like a long exhale your body has waited for. Nothing else is required now. Nothing else needs fixing. Nothing else asks your attention. Just this moment, just this breath, just this soft arrival into the quiet of the night. You've made it here, and that is enough. Imagine a vast mountain valley stretching beneath a moonlit sky. Tall ridges frame the darkness, their silhouettes quiet and solemn, like ancient guardians watching over the sleeping earth. A path winds inward, narrow, gentle, carved by countless steps over countless years. Follow this path in your mind. Slow steps, steady steps, no rush. The air is cool against your skin, fresh with the scent of pine and stone, carrying a faint touch of night, wind that brushes your cheek like a calm, unseen hand. Stars shimmer above you, scattered like tiny lanterns hung across the sky, guiding you deeper into this quiet valley, where echoes move like ghosts in the dark. Here, the world feels softer. Your own thoughts grow quieter. The rhythm of your breath falls into sync with the gentle sweep of mountain wind. In the distance, a traveler stands in the center of the valley. You can barely see him, yet the outline of his form rests calmly in the moonlight. He looks tired. He looks heavy, as if the long day pressed too many words into his heart. Maybe you recognize that feeling, that quiet weight that gathers from things spoken and things left unsaid, words from others, words from yourself, words you still carry somewhere inside. The valley is the perfect place to set those weights down. Watch the traveler now. He opens his mouth and shouts into the darkness. A sharp word, cold, frustrated, thrown across the open air with the last spark of anger he kept buried all day. The sound flies forward, fading into the distance, before the valley sends it back. The echo returns harsher, colder, as if the mountains have sharpened its edges on their stone faces. The traveler flinches, his shoulders tense, his breath catches as though the echo struck something tender beneath the surface. The mountains always return what they receive, not the same, but shaped by the tone that carried it. You can feel that truth somewhere inside your chest, a quiet recognition of how words land, and how they continue long after they've been spoken. The traveler waits, breathing slowly now, his anger softened by the silence that follows the echo. He closes his eyes. He tries again. This time, his voice is gentle, warm, woven with kindness. He didn't know he still held. The sound drifts into the valley, like a soft ribbon, floating on the wind. A long moment passes. Then the mountains answer. The echo returns with surprising warmth, as if the stones themselves have softened to mirror his tone. His face shifts. The tightness leaves. His chest loosens. Something within him quietly settles. The valley is not teaching him. It is reflecting him. It is showing what rises from the tone we release into the world. The mountains hold no judgment, only resonance, only return. Let yourself breathe here, in this spacious valley where sound travels like a slow-moving tide, and everything returns eventually. Feel the air cool against your face. Feel the earth steady beneath your feet. Feel the quiet gather around your body like a blanket of night. You are safe here, held here, and the world cannot reach you in this moment. This valley has seen lifetimes. It feels no rush. It asks nothing of you. Let your breath fall deeper, like water descending into the stillness of a deep mountain lake. Long inhale, gentle exhale, as though each breath carries a small piece of the day's weight away from you. You may notice certain words returning from your own day. Words, someone said. Words you replayed. Words that echoed quietly inside your mind, long after the moment passed. Some were warm. Some were sharp. Some carried tension you didn't ask for. Some carried hope you didn't expect. Let them drift in and drift out, like clouds passing across a calm sky. You don't need to hold them. You don't need to judge them. You don't need to untangle them. Just let them move. The valley understands each word even when you don't. Look at the traveler again. He kneels in the grass. He places his hands over his heart. He breathes slowly, letting the echo fade into silence. He listens. He waits. He trusts the stillness. The silence grows deeper around him, thicker, gentler, as if the mountains are exhaling with him. You can sit beside him if you'd like. Just imagine the ground soft beneath you, cool and comforting like a familiar friend. Feel the quiet. Feel the distance between one breath and the next. This space between breaths is where the heart begins to loosen, where the mind begins to open, where the world stops pressing in and finally lets you be. Let yourself settle here. Feel the vastness of the valley. Feel the calm stretching wide and far around your body. Nothing is rushing you. Nothing is pushing you. Nothing is pulling you. Just quiet. Just breath. Just presence. Now imagine you speak a word in this valley. Maybe a kind word. Maybe a tired whisper. Maybe a truth you've held alone for far too long. Let it rise from your chest, softly, gently, like a small bird lifting itself into open air. You don't have to say it aloud. Just let the feeling of that word move through your mind and drift outward into the vastness. Watch it travel. Watch it fade. Watch the night carry it forward with ease. The valley receives it without resistance, without opinion, without any weight except the one you gave it. And then, slowly, it returns, not as the same word, but as the emotion that carried it. Warmth returns warm. Tension returns tense. Softness returns soft. The valley is always honest. As you breathe, let this valley become your own inner space, your own echo chamber, your own place where words settle before returning. Feel the resonance in your chest. Feel the way breath moves emotion. Feel the quiet truth that your inner world responds to tone just as gently as this mountain valley. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to analyze anything. Just rest here, as if the mountains themselves are holding you in their ancient stillness. Each breath brings you deeper into quiet, deeper into softness, deeper into the part of you that longs to rest. The traveler stands slowly. He gazes up at the moon. He smiles in that small, weary way people smile when something heavy finally lifts. He steps back onto the path, moving toward the tree line with calmer breath, lighter shoulders, and a heart no longer echoing with leftover noise. Walk with him for a moment. Follow the moonlit trail. Feel the night air cool against your cheeks. Feel the wind brush past your arm with soft intention. With each step, your own echoes fade, like distant chimes losing themselves in the quiet hills. You don't need them now. Let them go. They drift behind you, dissolving into silence, like ripples smoothing across a lake after the stone has long sunk. The valley opens wider before you. The stars shimmer softly. Your breath deepens into a slower tide. You have entered a different kind of quiet, the quiet that rises after the echoes end. A quiet that belongs only to you. And in this stillness, you begin to sense another sound waiting in the wings. A softer sound. A quiet whisper from deep within. Not the echo of spoken words, but the whisper of the inner voice. The voice that shapes your sense of self, long before anything leaves your lips. The valley grows quieter. The wind grows softer. Your breath slows deeper into your chest. You are ready to hear that voice, ready to feel its tone, ready to soften it with gentleness and rest. This is where the next journey begins. As the echoes fade, as the world grows still, a small breeze moves across the valley floor, shifting your attention inward, toward the quiet chamber within your mind. We will go there next, together. For now, just breathe, and let the last echo dissolve into the dark as softly as a sigh. Dark. Tonight, we begin by sinking slowly into the stillness beneath your thoughts. The quiet that appears only when the world softens, when the mind loosens its grip, when the body unwinds and remembers that it is allowed, fully allowed to rest. Allow the breath to fall into a gentle rhythm, like a small boat, rising and falling with easy waves. There is nothing to force, nothing to fix, nothing to hold, just breath and the softness gathering around you. Because tonight's journey is about words, not the loud ones, not the clever ones, not the ones we rehearse endlessly in conversations that never happened. Tonight we explore the quiet ones, the ones born from stillness, from gentleness, from presence. We begin with a simple truth whispered in many Buddhist monasteries. Speech is the echo of your inner weather. If the wind inside you is calm, your words glide out like a breeze brushing over tall grass. If storms churn within, even the softest syllables can carry thunder. And so, before we speak, before words are formed, before breath becomes sound, there is a moment where the heart decides what kind of world it will create. Tonight, in this first part, we return to that moment, the birthplace of speech. We enter the lake before the ripples, the silence before the syllable, the feeling before the thought. Relax your shoulders. Let your belly soften. Let the body sink a little deeper into the surface beneath you. You don't have to stay awake. You don't have to catch every word. Let the story carry you like water carries a leaf, effortlessly, naturally, peacefully. A parable, the Buddha and the young monk. There is a story told in the early Buddhist scriptures about a young monk named Tissa. Tissa was diligent, bright, and devoted to the path. But he had one small habit that caused trouble. He spoke too quickly. If someone disagreed with him, his words became sharp. If he felt misunderstood, his voice rose. If he felt embarrassed, he tried to explain himself all at once, like water flooding from a cracked pot. One day, after an argument in the monastery courtyard, he sat alone beside the well, frustrated with himself. He didn't know how to stop. Words seemed to leap out faster than he could catch them. The Buddha approached him quietly and sat down beside him, saying nothing at first. They watched a small pebble fall into the well and break the reflection of the sky. Finally, the Buddha spoke. Tissa, do you see how the water stirs, though nothing touches it but a pebble? Yes, the monk replied. Words are like this. A single syllable can disturb the stillness of another's heart. Before you speak, ask yourself, does this pebble need to fall? The young monk felt a soft warmth spread through him. Not shame, not guilt, but clarity, as if a lantern had been lit inside his chest. The Buddha continued, the deepest power of speech comes from the space before speech. The quiet mind needs no sharpness. Its words land gently, like petals, not stones. And with that, the Buddha rose and walked back toward the monastery. Tissa sat there long after the sound of footsteps faded, listening to the echo of the teaching inside his own breath. Let that image sink into your own breathing body. The pebble, the falling, the ripples. You may feel something in this story resonate with your own life. Moments when words escaped too quickly. Moments when you wished you had held the pebble a moment longer. Moments when you wanted to speak from the heart, but found yourself speaking from fear, or rushing, or old habits. Tonight, you are not here to judge those moments. You are here to soothe them, to hold them gently, to give them space to soften, to heal, to dissolve. Because mindful and peaceful speech doesn't begin with the mouth, it begins with the breath. It begins with the heart. It begins with stillness. And this stillness is gathering around you now, like soft dusk light, settling over quiet hills, the ocean beneath your voice. Imagine your inner world as a vast, luminous ocean at night. At the surface, waves rise and fall, thoughts, emotions, memories, uncertainties, impulses, fears. These waves are natural. They belong to the sea. But deeper down, far beneath the restless surface, there is quiet, a silence so wide and so peaceful that the waves never disturb it. This deep ocean is who you truly are. Your words, when they rise from that depth, carry peace, clarity, kindness. Let your breath sink into that deeper current now. Slowly, quietly, effortlessly. Feel how the breath softens the mind. Feel how the mind softens the heart. Feel how the heart softens the space around it. You might sense the body growing heavier, as if gravity is a warm hand inviting you to rest more deeply. Let that happen. Let everything in you loosen and unfurl. There is no rush here. The night is spacious. The body knows how to drift. The first power of words. Soft presence. The first power we explore tonight is not about choosing the right sentence or mastering perfect communication. It is about something simpler, something more ancient: presence. When you speak from presence, your voice becomes like a soft lantern glowing in a quiet room. Nothing forced, nothing performed, just being. You may not always know what to say. You may not always say it flawlessly. That's okay. The presence beneath your words is what others truly feel. Breathe softly and imagine your presence expanding like a warm light in the center of your chest. On the inhale, the light grows. On the exhale, it softens. And as this light moves within you, you may feel a gentle release, the loosening of an invisible knot, the easing of something long held. A meditation on ripples. Imagine again the still surface of a lake at night. Moonlight glides across it like a silk ribbon. Trees stand silently at the shore, their reflections unmoving. Now imagine placing one small pebble into this water. Watch the ripples expand in perfect circles. Soft, gentle, unhurried. Every word you speak creates ripples like this, touching others, touching yourself, moving outward until they reach distant shores. But tonight you are learning that the real power lies not in the ripple but in the stillness before it. It is the still water that shapes the beauty of the ripple. It is the silence that gives birth to meaning. It is the peaceful mind that gives words their softness. Stay with this image. Let it shape your breath, your heartbeat, your drifting mind, letting the body drift. The breath grows slower now, the mind gentler, the body heavier. You may feel a floating sensation or a warm weight pressing you deeper into your pillow or bed. Allow this. Let yourself drift like a feather settling into quiet grass. There is no need to follow every sentence. There is no need to analyze. The wisdom is carried in the tone, the softness, the rhythm like a lullaby without melody. If your eyes grow heavy, let them close. If thoughts drift in and out, let them come and go like birds gliding through a twilight sky. You are safe. You are held. You are drifting into deeper rest, softening the inner voice before your words reach others. They speak first inside you. Your inner voice, the whisper in your mind, is often the first place where peace must begin. If this voice has been harsh, rushed, critical, or tired, let it sink now into a warm pool of compassion. Imagine your inner voice as a small child sitting quietly beside you, a child who has done their best, a child who is learning as they go, a child who deserves gentleness. Place a soft hand in your imagination over this child's heart. Whisper to them, "You're doing fine. You're learning. You're safe now." And feel the child relax into your presence. This is the beginning of mindful speech, not with others, but with yourself. The heart becoming a still lake. As you breathe, the heart becomes calmer. The thoughts soften. The inner ocean grows still. Speech born from this place has a quiet strength, a warmth that requires no force, no perfection. When you speak from stillness, others hear not just the words, but the peace beneath them. The journey tonight is helping you rediscover that peace, the natural serenity that has always lived inside you. Not a serenity you must earn, not one you must prove worthy of, just the birthright of a human being who is breathing and alive in this vast, gentle universe. A closing whisper for part 1. And so, as the first part of this journey comes to its natural rest, your mind settles like evening mist over calm water. You have touched the stillness where words are born. You have felt the gentle weight of presence. You have seen the ripples that speech creates. And now, in this drifting, drowsy state, You are ready to enter the next phase, where stories reveal not only how words shape others, but how they shape your own world, your relationships, your dreams, your inner landscape. But not yet. Not too quickly. Rest here a little longer. Feel the breath soft and slow. Feel the body warm and heavy. Feel the mind drifting like a small lantern on the quiet waters of night. When you are ready, so gently, you may not notice, you will drift into part 2. For now, just breathe and rest and drift in this tender stillness. The breath is softer now, quieter, closer to the rhythm of sleep. You've drifted gently from the echoing valley of part 1. And now, you settle a little deeper into yourself, as if stepping into a dimly lit inner room. You don't have to hold anything here, not an idea, not an effort. Just rest and listen to the deeper places within your own being. The night around you feels wider, and your body feels a little heavier against the bed, as though gravity has become kinder, inviting you downward, into ease, into warmth, into quiet. A long, slow exhale leaves your chest, and the mind begins to loosen its grip, soft threads releasing, one by one. Here, in this soft returning moment, we begin part 2. The voice within, softening the inner language. There is a place, deep inside each of us, that speaks in whispers, not the spoken voice others hear, but the voice that rises within, shaping the way we feel, the way we move, the way we breathe. Sometimes, this voice is gentle, warm, as a hand on the shoulder. Other times, it grows sharp, tight, pressing against the chest like a storm waiting to break. Tonight, we walk toward that voice, slowly, calmly, with steady breath and open hands, not to judge it, not to fix it, just to sit beside it and listen. Imagine now a quiet temple under the night sky, its wooden beams darkened by age, its lanterns flickering soft gold along the floor. The air is cool, still, holding the kind of silence you don't hear. Inside this temple, a young monk kneels. He carries a long day inside him, a day full of small frustrations, missteps, moments where his inner voice grew loud and restless. In his hands, he holds a simple bowl of water. The water is cloudy, milky with stirred-up sediment. He can't see his reflection at all, and he feels this too. As a mirror of his own mind, the teacher approaches him slowly. He looks at the bowl, then at the monk, and says only, "Set it down." So the monk places the bowl beside him, and they simply sit. Minutes pass, or perhaps longer. In this temple, time doesn't behave the way it does outside. Eventually, the monk notices something. The water is clearing. Little by little, grain by grain, the sediment falls, touching the bottom, coming to rest. Nothing was done. Nothing was forced. Only the setting down, only the waiting, only the stillness. And in that stillness, clarity found its way back. You breathe here, in that same stillness, letting something inside you settle. Whatever words have been swirling through your mind today, whatever thoughts have been echoing louder than you wished, they don't need to be pushed away. They simply need time and space to drift downward and rest. 8a. Feel your breath again. Slow and natural. A soft pull-in, a longer release out, like dust settling through water. Your thoughts settle through silence. Your body feels heavier now. Your shoulders loosen their protective hold. Your jaw relaxes, letting go of whatever tension it carried. And your inner voice, the one that sometimes rushes, sometimes presses, sometimes wounds without meaning to, begins to soften. The bowl of water rests in your mind, clearer now, still, reflecting moonlight in a thin silver sheet. But before it cleared, before the quiet arrived, there was turbulence. Your inner world is allowed to be the same. Some nights, the water is stirred, thoughts churn, memories rise, worries ripple out in every direction, and yet, the clarity beneath never truly disappears. It's only hidden, waiting for the stirring to stop. So tonight, you stop stirring. You let the bowl rest on the floor of your awareness. You let the sediment drift slowly downward. You let yourself breathe in peace. You didn't have to create, only uncover. Imagine the moon now, its pale glow pouring through a wide temple window, landing gently on the bowl. The surface stills, smooth as silk, quiet as deep sleep. And you notice something new, something you rarely see when the mind is cloudy. The tone of your own inner language. Maybe it's been tired today, maybe rushed, or sharp, or distant, or weighed down by expectation. Whatever it was, you're not here to judge it. You're here to let it rest. As the water clears, your inner words soften, like fabric rinsed clean in warm rain. The phrases you tell yourself grow quieter, gentler, slow, as drifting snow, and a realization glows faintly, as faint as moonlight touching water. You've carried so many words inside yourself, more than you ever speak aloud. Some have been heavy, some tender, some uncertain, some afraid. Tonight, you let them breathe. You let them stretch. You let them fall silent in your hands. And in their quieting, you feel yourself return to something truer, something deeper, something calmer. The teacher, still seated beside the monk, speaks softly. When the mind is clouded, wait. When the heart is heavy, rest. When the voice within you grows harsh, listen until it softens on its own. You breathe into these words, not as instructions, but as comfort. Your inner world is clearing. Your breath is slowing. Your night is deepening. The temple fades into darkness, but the calm remains. Now imagine your own inner voice as a shape made of moonlight, soft, fluid, tender as water drifting through your fingers. It speaks now, not in commands, not in critiques, not in restless spirals, but in warmth, in acceptance, in gentle understanding. It tells you, you've done enough. You're allowed to rest. You can let the day fall away. These words feel like warm hands, holding your tired heart. They drift over you like a blanket, woven from the quiet moments you rarely pause to feel. The bowl of water now holds a perfect reflection of the moon, clear, steady, unbroken. You see yourself in it too, not your face, but your presence, your softness, your quiet strength, and something inside you loosens, something that's been waiting to loosen all day. Your inner world expands, like a breath finally released. You settle lower into the bed. Your muscles melt. Your mind drifts in slow circles, the clouds parting, the sediment returning to stillness. Nothing rushed, nothing forced, only the settling, only the returning. Feel the shift now, a deeper quiet, a deeper ease. Your mind is clearer. Your heart is softer. Your inner language once stirred has become spacious. Every inhale brings a wave of peace. Every exhale releases a shadow of tension. The bowl of water sits beside you, not literally, but emotionally, a symbol of what happens when you stop fighting the inner current. Stillness comes, clarity returns, kindness rises, naturally, not as effort, as nature. The monk breathes out, long and full, and the teacher smiles. Now, he says softly, your mind can hear what the world is truly offering, and that is where we leave them. Sitting in moonlight, in a temple where silence is a blessing. The scene begins to fade, dim lanterns flickering softer, moonlight dissolving into a gentle blur, and you, your body at rest, your inner voice, like warm water, float in a quiet space where nothing is required and everything is allowed. Your breath slows even more now, shoulders dropping, face loosening, heart softening. The bowl is still, the water is clear, the moon is gentle, and inside the clarity, you begin to feel ready to step into the next chapter of this night's journey, a journey outward toward the words we share with others and how they shape the bridges between hearts. But for now, stay suspended in this calm, just a moment longer, in the reflection of the moon, in the quiet temple, in the soothing echo of your own softened voice. Because from this clear and gentle silence, part 3 begins, and the doorway opens, with the moonlight resting on water, guiding you forward toward the power of the words we offer the world. Whenever you're ready, well, continue. And so, you linger here, in the breath, between moments, where nothing needs to happen, and nothing needs to be solved. The body rests deeper, the night grows quieter, your awareness softens like warm wax, melting into stillness. Even the spaces between your thoughts feel wider now, as though silence itself has become a place you can lie down in. You sense the bowl of water once more, its calmness echoing through you, gentle, steady, unshaken. The monk's simple understanding that clarity comes when we no longer stir the waters settles into your heart in its own unhurried way. Not a lesson, not a rule, just a soft truth shaped by moonlight. Now imagine a tiny breeze passing through the open temple door. Cool, clean, carrying the scent of night blossoms and ancient wood. It glides over the bowl, barely touching its surface. Yet the water remains still. You realize you can feel that stillness in yourself too. Thoughts may float, like small petals drifting across the mind, but the surface no longer shakes. There is depth beneath the drifting. There is quiet beneath the movement. There is peace beneath the thinking. This is the space you've been slowly entering since the moment the bowl was set down. The quiet within you is not something you create. It's something you return to. Something that exists even on days when you feel far from it. Even on days when the inner voice grows sharp or restless, or tired of holding everything in. Even then, beneath the stirred-up waters, there is always a layer that never loses its calm, a layer that watches, a layer that waits, a layer that knows how to heal. You breathe again, just once, slow and deep. A wave moves through your chest, soft warmth spreading, as if the night is holding you in a gentle embrace. The temple expands in your mind. The walls dissolve, becoming a wide open space filled with the scent of pine and cool stone. The lanterns dim, the moon grows larger, and the bowl of water glows faintly, as though the moon has chosen to rest inside it. You sit beside the monk now, not as an observer, but as someone who understands the feeling of carrying a cloudy mind. You know the weight of stirred thoughts. You know the ache of inner pressure. You know how easily the voice within can grow tired. And yet, you also feel the relief of letting that voice grow quiet. You feel the ease of not needing to fix anything. You feel the peace of simply allowing clarity to return at its own pace. That peace wraps around you now, soft as night air, gentle as folded cloth, warm as a soft lamp in a dark room. The teacher's presence lingers beside you. You feel no urgency in him, no expectation, only calm, as if he carries a lifetime of sitting with clouded waters and watching them clear. He speaks again, barely above a whisper. What you hear inside shapes the world you walk through. But the words aren't meant to instruct. They're meant to settle, to drift into the quiet space within your chest. You don't need to analyze them. Just let them float, like thin feathers, on still water. Let them land gently. Let them rest. Let them be enough. Your body sinks deeper into the mattress. Any lingering tension melts through your shoulders, down your back, down your arms, into your hands, like warm sand, slipping through fingers. Your breath feels slower, longer, more natural. Thoughts drift farther away now, like distant lanterns on a slow river. You can still see them, but they no longer reach you. Your inner voice grows quieter still, its tone softer than it has been all day. Not silent, just gentle, just kind. A whisper that feels like home. Picture the bowl once more, fully clear now. The moon's reflection shines on its surface in perfect stillness. The edges are sharp, the water unmoving, the entire scene resting in a harmony you can almost touch. The monk smiles a small, grateful smile for the mind he has reclaimed, not through force, not through effort, but through patience, through rest, through stillness. You sense something in that smile, something familiar, something you've been waiting to feel, a soft recognition, a quiet relief, a knowing that you, too, can return to clarity whenever you set the bowl down. And tonight, with the weight of the day behind you, you set it down completely. You feel it. You feel the release. You feel the bowl settle as your thoughts drift lower, sinking towards silence, and you let them go. The night deepens around you. The edges of the temple blur and fade, becoming a quiet haze in the soft glow of moonlight. The teacher rises slowly. So does the monk. They bow to each other, a gesture not of hierarchy but of respect, for the mind, for the heart, for the stillness they shared. The bowl remains on the floor, clear, peaceful, reflecting only the light it receives, just like your inner world when it rests, just like your inner voice when it softens, just like your heart when it stops stirring itself with worry or pressure. You breathe into that truth and feel your entire body respond, loosening, melting, settling deeper, deeper than before, deeper than you expected, deeper into a space that feels safe and warm and completely yours. Outside the temple, the world is quiet. Trees stand in dark silhouettes against a silver sky. Dark. The wind is slow, almost soundless, moving like a gentle memory across the valley. A small stream murmurs in the distance, barely loud enough to hear, but its rhythm reminds you how naturally life flows when nothing is forced. You realize your inner words can flow the same way, soft, steady, kind, not because they should, but because this clarity creates space for them, space for gentleness, space for calm, space for a voice within that speaks like moonlight touching quiet water. Your thoughts can do the same, drifting softly, hovering, observing, without grasping, without judging. The inner words you carry, the self-critical whispers, the anxious reminders, the hurried phrases, can float gently now, like motes of dust, dancing in candlelight. Breathe with them. Let them drift. Let them move, without binding them to your heart, without forcing them to act, or fix, or perform. The candlelight reflects softly on the temple floor, rippling faint shadows like water, like silver leaves, like soft thoughts that float without effort. The walls hold them, the shadows hold them, and you simply observe their gentle dance, without needing to intervene. In this stillness, you feel the rhythm of quiet words, the subtle weight of kindness that can travel in a single phrase, or in a soft silence shared between souls. Notice how this rhythm softens the chest, relaxes the jaw, loosens the shoulders, and fills the heart with a tender glow. Now imagine the river outside, flowing calmly past the temple, its surface smooth under moonlight, reflecting stars and the soft shadow of trees along its banks. The river moves without force. It carries everything, yet is never burdened. The water is patient with all it receives. Your words can move the same way. Inhale the moonlight. Let it fill the crown of your head, flow down your spine, to your heart. Exhale gently, letting your words, thoughts, and worries dissolve into the vast night. The candle flickers. Tiny shadows dance on the walls, each flicker a gentle reminder that words, too, are alive, capable of movement, of connection, of healing. The moth pauses, hovering in midair, as if listening, as if learning the quiet rhythm of breath and light. Breathe with it. Let the inhalation fill your lungs slowly. Let the exhalation release any tension that lingers in the chest, the belly, the jaw. Imagine your words tonight moving like this, slowly. Let them rest in the spaces between breaths, in the silent pauses where understanding grows, where compassion takes root, where hearts can meet without conflict, without argument, without haste. The temple feels alive, but not noisy. Alive in the warmth of the candle, in the whisper of the wind, in the small sounds of creatures sleeping or moving gently in the shadowed gardens outside. You are part of this life, quietly, without needing to prove or perform. You are already enough. The flame of the candle burns steadily now, like your own quiet presence. Thang. Why? Than why? The flame of the candle. The flame of the candle. Notice how it casts long, soft shadows, embracing the corners of the room, illuminating, without judgment, without sharpness, without urgency. Let your mind do the same. Your thoughts, your words, your intentions can move softly through space, offering warmth without burning. Inhale again. Feel the warmth settle into the heart. Exhale. Let it flow through the body, to hands, to feet, to the tips of the fingers and toes, everywhere, softening, calming, releasing. The moth drifts away, satisfied, free, guided by the calm of the flame. So too can your words drift into the night, finding those who need them, without pressure, without demand, without harm. You may notice the weight of the day lifting, the edges of tension smoothing into softness, the chest rising and falling like a slow tide, the heartbeat steady and serene. All around the temple, the shadows deepen, the wooden floor exhales a warm, dry scent, and the candle dims slightly, its glow now a gentle whisper across the room. Your body follows its cue, sinking deeper into the mattress, limbs loose, jaw soft, eyes heavy, mind calm, breath steady. Imagine one last reflection, the candle's flame mirrored in the river, outside. A silver line stretching from shore to shore, from heart to heart, from your chest to the quiet world beyond your window. Let all remaining words of the day drift into that reflection, unspoken, soft, held by the night, without judgment, without need, just as they are. Your inner voice whispers, soft, gentle, present, reminding you that words need not be sharp to be strong, that truth can glow without pressure, that kindness can live in the pause between syllables. Breathe in, absorbing the moonlight, the candlelight, the stillness. Breathe out, letting go of all tension, all stress, all scattered thoughts. The candle dims further, its glow now a single warm breath, and the world grows quieter, softer, gentler. Your body, your mind, your heart, all rest in the vast night, held by world and fancies. Presence, held by calm, held by soft illumination. Let the bridge of words, the bowl of inner stillness, the candle of gentle speech, all dissolve now into one soft stream of awareness, flowing, effortless, silent, into deep, restorative sleep. Sleep now. Let the night hold you. Let the river cradle you. Let the candle's glow rest inside you as you drift deeper and deeper into complete, serene rest. Breathe in and let the gentle rhythm of your chest guide your attention inward. Breathe out, letting the day, the words, and the thoughts you carried flow softly away, like petals drifting on a quiet river. The candlelight you've imagined tonight flickers one last time, its warmth lingering in the corners of your mind, softening the edges of memory and the weight of old words. The moth circles gently, then drifts, carried by the stillness that fills the space around it. And you feel that same lightness settling into your chest, into your limbs, into your very being. Think of the echoes of the valley, where every word sent outward returns eventually, like a ripple in a calm lake. To that, notice how harsh syllables fade in the night, and gentle ones linger like moonlight on the water, soft, trusting, without urgency. And the river, still and constant, flows beneath the bridge we imagined together, carrying words not spoken, and those carefully chosen, blending into the vastness of night, where every sound dissolves into harmony, into peace. The inner bowl of water has settled now, its surface smooth and reflective. Cloudy sediments have drifted down, leaving clarity without effort, without force. without judgment. You may notice the gentle quiet that follows, like a deep sigh from the heart of the universe, and you may rest in that quiet, needing to change. Your own voice softly whispers inside, the inner words you rarely hear, but which shape every heartbeat, every breath. Allow them now to become as the candles glow, steady, warm, soft, enough to illuminate without burning, true enough to guide without pressing. And as you drift, feel your body melt into the mattress, your muscles loose, your mind gentle, your breath steady and effortless. Feel the moonlight spill across the temple floor, or across the forest down, glade, or the quiet ocean, and imagine it now, washing over you. Cool, tender, and full of calm. The bamboo bridge, repaired by patient hands, reminds you that connection is built slowly, with care, with mindfulness, with pauses, with presence. And now, tonight, you are fully present with yourself, resting in the gentle span between inhalation and exhalation. Let every word you have spoken today, and every word you have held back, sink into the river of night. Let them soften, let them dissolve, until only the luminous quiet remains inside you, inside the room, inside this still universe. Breathe in, letting the calm deepen. Breathe out, and imagine your chest as the moonlit surface of water, rippling faintly, then still, reflecting only light and presence. Even the smallest syllable, even the whisper of your inner voice, can ripple softly through your consciousness and return as gentle warmth, as spaciousness, as trust in this night and in yourself. Feel your heartbeats synchronize with the rhythm of this vast, quiet world. The river, the forest, the temple, the gentle wind passing through unseen branches, the subtle, the further, steady glow of the candle that never burns, only illuminates. All tension, all expectation, all restless thought melts now into the embrace of this moment, like morning fog dissolving in the first light, like ocean mist absorbed into the endless sky. You are meant, weightless. You are whole. You are safe. And as the flame dims, and the river slows, and the moth drifts away, your mind can drift into the vast, soft night, without effort, without concern, without holding on. Feel the unity between you, the universe, the breath, the gentle words that linger in heart and mind, all soft, all calm, all luminous. There is no need to carry more, no need to speak, no need to change, only rest, only surrender, only presence. Let your eyelids feel heavier, your limbs lighter, your mind softer, and as you breathe, let the night cradle you fully. Every exhale, a soft release, every inhale, a warm embrace. And now, as you drift completely, let the world dissolve into quiet. Let your stories dissolve into silence. Let the last flicker of candlelight be your own inner glow, soft, steady, calm. Sleep as the river flows, as the moon watches, as the stars hum their quiet lullaby. You are safe, you are at peace, you are home.